All right, we're back now for game two. I'm trying to keep these separate. Ooh, tax and baths are a very interesting combination. Um, this kind of encourages you to tax things to oblivion and score points. Um, so I'm not sure. I guess the five costs are good enough that you probably don't exactly want to do that, but huh. The only village here is King's Court. Um, I really wonder about taxing stuff into oblivion, but wow, I don't like the develop. Whoa, 5-2 is really good for Seprix. Um, develop seems like a weird thing to get to me though. Like rat catcher is kind of just better, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but it kind of seems just like, I guess develop is a gainer that gets around tax, but kind of sorta. I'm not super high on it. But Seprix is way ahead here because of his 5-2. Um, yeah. Not sure. This doesn't seem like a too tough of a spot. Um, although, let's see. Mike doesn't have the economy to mount a bank. If he did, like if he'd have a silver in his deck, then I would probably say tax the mountebanks. But as it is, I'm less sure of that. Maybe you tax it anyway. Just tax them all day, but I think I would get a rat catcher here. What else could he be considering? Yeah, I don't know. Rat catcher seems good. Wow, he even gets to get a second mountebank. That's pretty nice. Gets another develop. I'm not really seeing how all these develops are going to be great for him. I would get another mountebank here. And he does. Cool. And now I think I'd start to, well, there's some decision to be made between getting another rat catcher versus taxing the mountebanks. Yeah, he decides to start taxing the mountebanks, which is fine. I think you got to play as Mason here. Oh, there's a develop in the trash. Oh, he can do it that way. Interesting. I guess that's something in favor of develop, but I'm still not very convinced. And now Seprix, what? Gets a gold? I don't know. A treasury? Probably treasury. Like, I don't understand. He's going to get a necromancer here? Nah, you get a treasury, right? To be totally honest, I'm not sure I wouldn't get another rat catcher. He just wants to thin down and be able to get his king's courts. So I would really just be considering treasury here or rat catcher. I actually think the rat catcher is probably the best. And he gets it. Hey, what do you know? Cool. I'm not sure about exactly what's going on here, but this is fine. From Mike. Of course, Mike is massively behind thanks to this 5-2 and all of these. Yeah, I don't know. This just seems real bad for Mike. There's the two mountebanks, and it's very hard to come back at this point. Takes a silver, sure. So you just trash as much as you can here as Seprix. And tax the mountebanks again, I think. Guess he could get a silver. But I think I would tax mountebank again. Okay, silver's okay. No rat catchers on the mat, so these estates are going to stick around for a while. Yeah. Again, it's going to be a similar choice between silver and tax here, I think. I would again lean towards taxing mountebank. But silver's not unreasonable because you do want to hit King's Court, and you'd like to have some treasuries before you get there. One Margrave, something like that. But I think the quality of his deck is such that he doesn't need more silvers, so I think I'd be inclined to just tax. So Zyrex says it's a good game for develop. I'm not sure that it's a good game for develop. Certainly not early though. I don't think it's very good for develop early. You want to get mountebank, and then the mountebank's going to flood you with stuff, and you need a lot of rat catchers. And so I mostly just like rat catcher better, but I don't know. He got another silver. This is reasonable-ish. I think I would trash both these coppers. I guess he only has, yeah, he has two. Okay, so Mike gets to a mountebank, which is probably why retaxing the mountebank wasn't great. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know what you tax. You tax as a develop. Sure, that's fine, I guess. And now I think I'd get a treasury here as Seprix. Yep. Cool. So Mike gets to get to King's Court here, and Dooley takes it. And I expect Seprix to get another treasury here. Treasuries do kind of anti-synergize with your rat catchers, but you don't have to top deck them, right? This is probably another treasury. He should be hitting King's Court very soon. I guess you could think about Margrave even. I don't know about that though. So Seprix gets hit for the first time. You will want a real trasher. Like now is the point in the game where I'd start to kind of think about wanting to develop, because you're going to want a real trasher for the stuff that's coming in, especially with your treasury stack. But Seprix is for sure getting a King's Court this turn. Mike could get a treasury, get a Margrave, could get a... Not exactly sure. I would think treasury looks best to me, but... Tax King's Court, I guess, but it's not going to really stop Seprix. You're spending 6 money in that case just to make Seprix spend 2 extra. Okay, and this will be a tax, I assume, on the Margraves. Yeah, that makes sense. And another King's Court from Seprix, who is still way ahead. Whoa, gets a Margrave instead. I don't think I like that. I think I'd want my second King's Court first. Just because it's harder to get again. You could take 2 dead and get a Margrave. Um, but okay. Mike should probably get a Treasury now. Or a Necromancer, maybe? Um, the the yeah, I don't know. You play the Margrave, you only get to 6. Yeah, so see here, if it were the other way around, you could do it the other way around, and I don't know. This should probably be maybe develop, maybe Necromancer, maybe Treasury. Certainly wouldn't want a second Margrave at this point, which is what Seprix gets. So what do I know? But you need more King's Court. Is he going to top deck all this stuff? It's an interesting question. I think you don't. I think you top deck 1 or 2. Yeah, he top decked 1. This is fine. I assume you discard the coppers here. Go ahead and trigger the shuffle and not. He doesn't. He wants to trash this copper. So I think Mike's kind of getting back into this. Should probably get another treasury here. Wow, this looks King's courting a mountebank. Guess there's only 1 curse left. You start to, I guess, have to think about piles and points, I suppose. Well, you KC a mountebank, and I think you just have to get another KC on 8. Like, I'm a little bit worried about piles running, but there isn't an imminent third pile, so you got to keep improving your deck in the meantime. I actually think that Mike might be ahead at this point, which makes me think that Seprix has kind of messed this up. I'm not exactly sure what to point to from his end. He did have a really bad draw at that point. He didn't trash as much early, so I think maybe getting more early rat catchers would have been better. And then I do think I like that the King's Court over the Margrave, but it's still like reasonably close, I guess. Mike is now considering developing something and then being able to draw a card with the rat catcher, but I don't think that seems that good. So Seprix wants to trash the curse more than stop getting more junk. So we'd rather trash the curse and gain a copper than leave the rat catcher on the mat and discard the curse, which is, I guess, it ends up with your deck better for the moment. Yeah, that's probably right. It's got to be right. Okay. 10 here could be a platinum, could be King's Court and something. Could be 2 treasuries. Treasury Margrave, interesting. Well, I think that Mike is definitely ahead now. He should keep King's Court Treasury Margrave here. Seprix takes a develop now. And now we have an interesting choice as to what gets done with these actions, but okay, Mike just says I'm just going to draw more. Seprix should definitely discard one of these Margraves. He really needs to hit his King's Court. Okay, King's Court the mountebank now, or do you King's Court court the develop. Either is halfway reasonable. Probably double 2 more king's courts now, and take your deck quality to the bank. The piles aren't running out that fast, so it's still relatively safe, and it helps your deck more than anything else. Yeah, I'd lean towards king's courts. I don't know how he's losing, really, in a short game, so you might as well keep building. Yeah, this is just never working out for Seprix. Well, I don't know, you tax something here. I don't know what, though. Like, there's not really cards that are helping. He didn't... Well, surely there's something that's worth it to tax. He didn't do anything, so I don't know what's going on, but... This could be one more king's court. I wouldn't go too much deeper than that because you have to worry at some point about piles running. So I wouldn't be totally stunned by like a duchy here. Yeah, I also guess maybe Seprix has missed out a bit on... Yeah, this game looks over. It's that big king's court advantage is the big deal. So he gets to trash a curse and then KC, Margrave. Well, Seprix gets to get KC Treasury, so he'll have a decent hand. I just don't know that he'll have a turn to do anything with it. KC. I'm trying to think if he has a develop. He's probably thinking, can he end the game this turn? And 4, 5, 11. Okay, he could probably do it just with money and buys. KC the mountebank and the treasury. Yeah, I think he has money and buys, right? So King's Court, he has 3 tripled actions. Plays a Margrave, he has 2 tripled actions. Plays a King's Court, you have 4 tripled actions. Plays another King's Court, you have 6 tripled actions. So treasury, that's, you should have 4 more. Like, just, I don't understand this, but whatever. You should have just been able to get the money and buy the treasuries, right? I mean, this also wins. But because he's going to pile out the estates now. Yeah, Seprix resigned. Okay, that's all right. Um, yeah, Seprix had a big advantage, I think, and misplayed in a few different little ways. But I think he had the advantage. I think it wasn't just like, oh, the develop was so good. Anyway, break before the next game.